Brian Blade, man. Brian Blade. You only need to say his name to another drummer and straight away, they'll know what's up.
You cats hip to Blade? Motherfucker be killer.
Blade doesn't just play the drums, man. Oh no, he plays music. Today, we're going to check out a drum solo from the Joshua Redman track Jazz Crimes to see if we can get some insight into just a little fraction, a little morsel, a little pinch of his magic on these here tubs. So strap in, boys, girls and theys, and see what concepts you can pick out from this solo before we dine down together on a phrasing feast for the ears. I mean, we could just end the video there, that playing is the lesson, but like a creepy science teacher with a penchant for frogs, let's dissect a little more, travel a little further down the rabbit hole, and see what we can uncover as we enter the void. Okay, so here's my list. Number 1, you gotta know the hits, man. Without these hits, you are nothing.
Nothing, you hear me?
Well, it's important. The phrasing is on a 16th note grid, so first step, we're going to play a single stroke roll in 16th notes and lock in with the hits by doubling them up with our cymbals and kick. And for the rest of the lesson, we're going to be playing with a drumless backing track made by this channel here, and they've given permission for people to use this backing track in their content as long as they give credit. So make sure that you hit them up and give the channel a follow. Two, play simple but bold. If we wrote down the phrases played at the start of his solo, it wouldn't look particularly technical, but context is everything. Super simple 16th note rhythms played in the right places can give you a lot of options and a great starting point. Maybe you start off by leaving enough space to gradually fill as your solo builds. Maybe you go from a dense section with a lot of notes, all of a sudden to something much more sparse and simple for contrast. It's all subjective, but for whatever we play today, this much is true. Please, please, please play with dynamics. Next up, repetition, baby. Repetition make a drummer go crazy. Let's create some musical hooks by doing the simplest thing ever. Whatever you play it again. That's it. These hooks could be rhythmic, melodic, they could go over the bar line, they could be in the gaps, whatever you want. You can also start to experiment with incorporating some of the rhythms from the hits into your overall phrasing. Yes, we want to play them. Locking in is the thing that's going to tie it all together, but don't be afraid to just pick some of the rhythms from the hits and see if you can bring them into your ideas, as well as just playing them as singular accents. play through the hits. Play straight over the top of them and choose which rhythms to lock into. Release yourself from this rhythmic prison. Be free. Like Blade. One idea that I picked out from the solo we listened to was he plays 16th notes in groups of 3, with patterns like right left kick or kick right left or any permutation that works for you. This helps to create longer phrases that you can either choose to resolve or let flow over the bar line altogether. And as we're still in 16th notes, you're gonna play in unison with the hits anyway. Simple but effective. Number 5, groove on up. This time we're going to play a groove and use the rhythmic figures from the hits as a foundation for our phrasing. As we get more comfortable, we want to embellish and explore. Make us move! Your audience will implore. My friends, that's what we do this for. But be sure to make it your own. Now, let's settle this score. Final thing I wrote down sounds cliche, obvious, nothingy, vapid, woo-woo, but it's true. Be yourself. Over the past few years, I've put out over 100 videos where I've learned, for the most part note for note, and broken down the playing of many of my favourite drummers. And in the process, I've come to the realisation that phrasing is phrasing. And phrasing is amazing, but it can only take you so far before it's originality that you're craving. Personality and feel is what sets us apart. So take the theory that you've learned and turn it into art. Brian Blade already exists, mate, the only one to ever be. So you should play like you. And to play you out, I'm gonna play like me. Like and subscribe.